SOS sets out to really convert backup from being a pain point for you and your business and for your customers and turn it into a profit center for you and your business. So let's talk briefly about the economics of the industry, and then we'll look at the SOS technology. One of the most common questions we get is, how big is the online backup industry, and is there still an opportunity for me to get into it? Have I left my run too late? And so the answers are, it's a very large industry, it's growing rapidly, and no, we're still at the very early stage of a massive adoption cycle, and so there's ample room for you to get into the market. And you can validate that by talking to your customers and finding out how many are already using online backup, but how many of them are interested. I think you'll find they're all interested, but very few of them have yet picked a solution. IDC estimates that the consumer backup market will be $700 million this year. It's just consumer. The total backup industry is roughly $10 billion a year, divided between consumer, small business, and enterprise, and hardware, software, and services. Online backup's poised to take 60 or 70% market share of that total backup industry. So a $6 or $7 billion industry at full maturity, and that will take, of course, years. But we're at the very early stage of that. We're perhaps only a $1 billion industry today, so we're looking at an industry that's going to grow to be 5 times its current size, and this is a great time for you to get involved in it. So let's turn and look at the specifics of the SOS Technology Stack, and this is where typically we'll get a lot of questions. So I'd certainly ask of you all to ask as many questions as possible. We've got a few technical questions already here in the question section, so please do ask away. At a high level, the SOS product is architected around 4 key concepts: protecting data, accessing data, sharing data, and managing data. So protect is about hardcore backup and restore. Access is about being able to get at the data that's in the cloud instantaneously from a wide array of different devices, be it a mobile device, a browser, laptops, workstation servers. Sharing that data is about getting it out to colleagues in a professional setting, or perhaps friends and family in a home user setting. And management is really focused on you, the IT reseller, or perhaps a system administrator. If I have 1,000 computers out there all backing up to the cloud, how do I control them? How do I change their settings, their policies? How do I work with them? And that's what our management framework is all about. The product's won many awards. We've been PC Magazine Editor's Choice for the last 5 years, which we're very proud of. Won other awards along the way from publications ranging from PC Authority and Laptop Magazine and others. Most recently, the New York Times actually wrote a small piece on us, so it's certainly been highlighted as being a very robust and scalable backup platform. Our focus in life is generally to lead the market from a technology standpoint. So that's one of our core mission statements, is that we will try and shape the online backup industry and be at the forefront of R&D in terms of online backup product. And we've successfully done that. So just highlighting some key features of the technology. Continuous data protection. So there's CDP built in out of the box. None of our competitors that I'm aware of have this. Mozy and Carbonite simulate it by constantly growing and constantly hogging system resources by scanning your PC, whereas we've actually built a proper CDP system which will detect a change and only back up just the change that's occurred on a file-by-file basis. Unlimited computers. The SOS system lets you install it on as many PCs as you like and connect them all to a single account, whereas with, say, Mozy, you have to pay a license fee for every seat you connect to the grid. With SOS, there are no license fees. So, in fact, it's the best deployment where SOS comes into its own is where it's deployed on as many PCs in your environment as possible. Bottom left, global roaming access. This refers to our access module, where you've got real-time, instant access to all of the data that's in the cloud. So now that we've protected it, you can get at it in different ways, including the next one across on your iPhone or your BlackBerry or Android or Windows mobile device, immediate access to view your data, create photo albums, share it with your friends, recover files. Next one, free integrated local backup. Although we're an online backup company, we believe in having a backup to your backup. So built into the software is a fully functional local backup software package as well that lets you back up to the local network, be it a NAS device, a network location, or fixed media that's connected to your device. So you don't have to forego local backup. In fact, what we recommend recommended that you have both a full local backup as well as a backup to the cloud. I'll skip some of these, but physical media upload. This lets you see the backup set by doing the initial upload via physical media, like a DVD or a hard disk drive, and we'll upload it for you. Powerful recovery. This talks about our timeline-based recovery system. And to really understand the power of this, you need to understand our unlimited versioning system. We keep every version of every file. So we have customers that have files that have changed every day since 2004, literally thousands of versions of those files in our system. And using our time machine recovery system, you can pick any point in time to get the snapshot of your data environment at that time and recover it down, recovering on a file, folder, drive, or system level. And I'm not familiar with any other system that lets you do that and roll back to a given snapshot of your data. So it's a very powerful recovery system. Scheduling options are what you'd imagine, everything from hourly, daily, weekly, monthly, to continuous data protection, which we talked about on the previous slide. We can share files, and lastly, archiving. So there's a quirk in the online backup industry where most vendors, most notably, this is, well, really, Mosey and Carbon are the most notable examples of this, is if you're backing up a file from your PC to the cloud, and then you delete the file from your PC, they delete it from your cloud. Now, the reason they do that is they say that if it's been removed from your PC, then pushing it to the cloud no longer represents a backup. That would now represent an archive copy. Well, what we say is great. You can make that distinction. It's useless to the customer. We will build in archiving into the product. The reason for that is that we found that more than 60% of recoveries on our system for single files were because of accidental deletion. So with Mosey and Carbonite, if you accidentally delete a file, they'll delete it from the cloud. You have no backup of it. Whereas with SOS, we automatically archive that data. So we've got unlimited archiving built into the product. And that's also particularly useful in the small business context where you've got government and industry body regulations like HIPAA, PCI, SARBOX that require archiving of data for certain periods of time off-site. I've got a few questions here to address. Is there multiple sites for your cloud storage? Yeah, we've got 10 data centers around the world, including 5 principal locations in the United States. We've got a data center in Toronto, Canada, in the United Kingdom, in Australia, in India, and in Eastern Europe. So we've got a global data grid. Is our product HIPAA compliant? Absolutely. And in fact, selling into the medical community is one of the richest and most potent opportunities, I think, before our partners and our resellers. Does this work on Windows Server 2000? Win2K, we've actually phased out compatibility with Win2K. Earlier versions of our software work on Win2K, so you could use those if necessary. But we support everything from XP on. So XP, Vista, Win7, Win2K3, Win2K8. We've got a request here for a product comparison. I'd say the best from Drew. Drew, the best thing for you to do would be to call in and talk to one of our partner specialists and they can get you any of the information you need. All right, so let's look at, if there are any other technology questions, please do ask them. Otherwise, okay, we've got a couple more questions coming in, and please I would encourage those questions. So Dan asks, do you manually have to purge deleted files? Dan, you've got to explicitly tell the system what to remove from the cloud. So it automatically archives content, so you've got to then remove it from the cloud, the content that you don't want. All right, so at a high level, why would you partner with SOS? 5 key reasons. We've got the best technology in the market that's available for resellers, the best delivery and support organization. We can help you release a high-margin recurring revenue product. It really does help you build your brand with your customers to launch a very sticky service, very, very high renewal and retention rates with online backup, 80% plus. So it's a very sticky service that can help you build your brand and establish brand awareness with your customers. And, of course, increase customer retention. So many partners will come to us who sell other services and have a churn problem. They've got customers leaving them for their competition. They'll add online backup into that, the mix of the services and products they're selling to really help them address the churn issue. So if you launch online backup and don't even make any net profit from online backup, but it reduces your customer churn by 20%, you're still going to make very, very good on your investment in online backup as a product. Now, our service is set up as a platform as a service. So everything that you see in SOS's world is fully brandable by you, and you can leverage all of our APIs and hook into our system. And we really build an online backup platform for partners. So we have more than 500 partners worldwide and more than 300 fully white-labeled partners. We're the largest supplier of white-labeled online backup services in the world. And everything in the SOS system is built as a rebrandable platform for you to leverage, whether that's our back-end services, the front-end software and web portal, our sales and support organizations and our support services, and of course all the infrastructure. And so this is, on this slide, we see the 7 elements of the SOS partnership program. We call it the 360-degree partner solution. Starting at the top, infrastructure. You can leverage our global infrastructure. So the question from Drew, what about the desire to have data kept in your own country? Do you offer both public storage and dedicated? I don't know what you mean by public storage versus dedicated. We have our own cloud, and you leverage our cloud. As for country, we can do country-specific data for the United Kingdom, the United States, Canada, and Australia. So if you're in any of those 4 countries, we can make certain the data stays in your country or stays out of your country. If you're in other countries and you're a large enough partner, then we would set up a data center to support you. From a product and software standpoint, just moving around the circle, every piece of our software is rebrandable for you. So you can have a fully rebranded mobile application through to a PC client on the desktop, through to the web portal, the website, everything that you need to sell online back to your customers and support it. Billing, there's 3 different billing solutions. So you can bill your customers and we can bill you separately. You can hook into our API and integrate the software with all of your existing systems, your CRM, your task management, your billing and accounting systems. Marketing. I actually want to take a little bit of time on this one. And actually, I'm going to leave PowerPoint for just a moment and go across to the SOS website. And hopefully, GoToWebinar's followed me across the Chrome. So I'd recommend that you take some time to look at the SOS Partner Resource Center. So the Partner Resource Center is really a platform that we set up to service existing partners, and it's filled with the items you need to run a successful online backup business. Everything from marketing solutions to product and technical and training resources. So whether that's email templates to drive interest among your customers, pricing guidelines to explain to you the complexities of pricing online backup and how to position it for different markets that you're selling into, sales presentation templates similar to the presentation that I'm giving today, a full disaster recovery plan template, which you can actually sell to your customers, a 40-page document, which is a very comprehensive tool that you can use to do a risk assessment and data audit for your customers and then provide them with an ITIL compliant DR plan. An online backup sales guide, which is a 14-page ebook, which we've developed in an attempt to distill the best practices that we've gleaned from our network of resellers over the years. So it covers everything you need to, the best practices we have observed in everything from marketing and interest generation through to closing the sales opportunity, through to supporting and nurturing those customers as existing customers, and of course, upselling them to higher levels of service. There's also significant product and training resources in the Partner Resource Center, recorded trainings, sales training, technical training, so all of the training resources that you would need for your staff